The more you learn about Islam, the more you know it's the truth. Before I was Muslim, I thought that when I would become Muslim, I maybe after 2-3 months, I wouldn't be Muslim anymore. May Allah forgive me for that. Because it's a completely opposite. The more knowledge I learn about Islam, the more surahs from the Quran I learn, the more my iman raises. And at first, when I just became Muslim, of course, I thought it was the truth, but now I'm even more sure than I was back then. And whenever Shaitan whispers some doubt, and I'm gonna look for the answers, every time it amazes me, because I always get a rational answer. And I think personally that's pretty important, because we as human beings tend to focus on our feelings. And that's important as well, but you need to look at truth, and you need to compare it with falsehood. And in order to compare it, you need some rational answers. Because why would I believe that bananas are red if I can clearly see that they are yellow? And the truth is obvious like that. Islam doesn't describe strange things or irrational things. No, Islam provides you with a rational answer. And of course, I can't say it's easy because everyone has nafs, everyone has feelings, and everyone wants something for himself or herself. And I'm not gonna say it's easy to let go of some things or to stay out of haram. I mean, we are people and we cannot be perfect. So making mistakes is normal. But once you know something is the truth, it's gonna be easy for you, inshallah. And this may sound harsh for some people, and others may question their beliefs after listening to this, but let this be a reminder to seek knowledge, to develop yourself and just to search some things up. Be sincere with yourself. Don't blind yourself and make sure you're on the right path. Because when it's too late, it's probably gonna be too late. So one of the biggest changes for me of becoming a Muslim is the detachment of some worldly matters. So there's a story of before I was Muslim. I was in Nijmegen and I gave a show. I used to rap, produce. So I gave a show, but after the show I went back home, of course. And first I needed to bring 2 of my friends home. Well, that was like an hour drive or so, and it was already pretty late, I think 3 o'clock in the morning or something. So I took them home, and when I took them home, shortly after that, my car just went flashing lights and that stuff. So I stopped and went looking for the problem, but I only made it worse. So I decided to just drive and try to get home. This was before I was Muslim, so I couldn't say Bismillah or that kind of stuff. So I was driving, it all went pretty okay until I was on the highway and my car just started bleeping and flashing lights again. So I stopped and it was over. So I called for help. We have in the Netherlands, it's called ANWB, ANWB. So I called them and they said, all right, we'll come to get you and just hang on tight and wait for a moment. So I waited, but I was pretty frustrated. I was so frustrated that I just grabbed my phone, started to record some videos and post it on my best friend's story on Instagram. And I remember cursing, I remember doing all crazy stuff. And I was so frustrated just because I was standing beside the road and waiting for help for my car. And it's so stupid. I've talked about this with a good friend of mine like last week. And we talked about this particular situation and we can we laughed about it because if something happens like that to me now, I would just say Alhamdulillah. I would just say, I would just laugh about it, just sit back, relax, and let it be or something. But back then I went crazy. May Allah forgive me for that, for real. Because I went really crazy just because my car broke down. And just because it was a little bit late and I was a little bit tired. And also, what's maybe even more stupid, I felt the urge to share it on my Instagram, to seek attention from other people, from my friends and that kind of stuff. To just put it on my Instagram best friends. And I wanted them to know that I was in a bad situation. So looking back to it, Alhamdulillah. I learned 2 things about looking back to it. Number one is the detachment to materialistic things. Like, I don't mind if my car broke down. Yeah, alright, we're gonna fix it. It's alright. And secondly, keeping control in a situation like that. Like keeping calm and just think it's okay, Alhamdulillah, and it will be alright. Because it will, inshallah. So if you always remember that it will be okay, then it will be okay, inshallah. So I think that's a really beautiful thing. Because without Islam, I would probably be in exact the same mental state that I was in back then. Allahu Alam. It's just a beautiful thing that you know you are getting tested. You know it will get better, inshallah. You know that you will be rewarded for it, inshallah. And you know it will be fine, inshallah. For every situation we say Alhamdulillah, because all praise to Allah. That's it. You can go bad if you want to, because your car did broke down, or you can't buy some new shoes, or maybe some other problems that are not really big problems, in my opinion. But just think about it. How important is it? How important is it? Is it that important that you need to cry about it? That you need to scream about it? It isn't that important. So try to do your best in every situation. Try to stay calm and just have patience, have sabr. So there's another beautiful change that I want to talk about. Before I was Muslim, I did things for the sake of people. I did it for myself, just to feel myself a little bit better. But when I became Muslim, I made a change. And the change is doing things for the sake of Allah. At first I didn't really understand it, of course, but after a couple of months, I started to get it. At first it was like I did something for someone, and of course I did it for my heart or that stuff, but you always tend to look for something you get back. And if you didn't get anything back from those people, it sometimes felt like you did it for nothing. Because most of the times, when you do something for someone else, you expect something back. Either a good feeling in yourself or something they give to you. But now, when I do something for the sake of Allah, then it's always gonna be good. Because you know you will get rewarded for it, inshallah. And you don't expect something from someone else. And for me, that's not the only thing. I tend to try to do everything as best as possible. Because I do it for the sake of Allah. So the last thing I want to say about this is try to do good, remember Allah, and move with the intention to do things only for the sake of Allah.